Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 89 of the Bonehead podcast, where we talk all things Blood Bowl. Welcome back. I'm Ben, and once again, I'm joined by Blood Tithe Ben. BT, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am very good. Tell us what we're talking about this episode so that I can then talk about it very quickly.
This episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about the World Cup. We're going to run through the bid, and also we've got a fun little interview with the event organisers.
Yes,
So,
we have.
yeah.
And just because it's podcast territory, we've recorded that first, and we've just wrapped up with them. And apart from one technical issue that I'm hoping you guys won't even know about, it was awesome. They're
With
so
editing
cool.
wizardry. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. There's just gonna be one little glitch transition, and it'll be fine. So I am like super jazzed about the World Cup. It's not for 18 months, but I don't
I
know.
know. That's
Just
okay. It's like it's like another Christmas that's 18 months away. So now we can get excited.
Ooh.
It's like Kickstarter, you know? All these events that you plan in the future that you kind of forget about, and then they arrive, and you're just like, oh my gosh, yes.
I don't know if we're gonna forget about the World
Yeah,
Cup.
that's true. They definitely won't.
Yeah, no, they definitely
Yeah.
won't. No, you're right. I mean, where are we now? We're March. So we've got Dorset Dungeon Bowl in May. Then we go into the Summer South Coast Series in July. Then we've got the Aegeus Bowl in October. Is that right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got Bonehead Bowl in November. Then we've got Beachhead 2023. Then we'll probably have another Dungeon Bowl in May. Then we'll probably do the South Coast in July, and then it will be the World Cup in September. So we are just set for Blood Bowl. Every few months, we've got a really cool event to go to, and it culminates in 18 months with I don't know. I mean, I'm going to guess 2,274 people.
2274. I'm going to
It may be a bit
actually
high.
increase it because I think
Oh.
we're going to get. I'm hoping that we get even more like Blood Bowl interest. I'm going straight to 2500.
2,500. All right, I like it. Guys, let us know what you think the World Cup number is going to be. Last year was 1,400. Last year, the last event was 1,400. But I'm like Ben. I'm convinced that this is going to be a big thing. Plus, the location is just, yeah. We'll talk about that when we talk about the bid, but no spoilers here, except the fact that it's on the screen, and we talked about it already, that it is going to be in Alicante, Spain. And Tiff, my wife, is already like, yep, we're going, and I'm going to get Ben's girlfriend to come along as well. Ben has other
Good luck.
ideas.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Tiff and Alison together.
I mean, when we run through this bid, and I can show the pictures, and then maybe she'll change her mind. But, yeah.
Groovy. Anyway, yeah, like Ben said, we've got an interview. Oh, I've lost you, Ben, because of technical issues. There we go. I'll do that. That should be fine. Yeah, we're gonna do the standard bits and bobs, then have the interview, then talk through the bid, and just it's World Cup time. Okay, so Blood Bowl news. We already talked about the World Cup being announced, and that's probably the biggest news, but there is a couple of things to follow up on. So last time we looked at the Sylvans team and cheerleaders Kickstarter, and they've got 5 days to go at the moment, and they're at 18,000 against a target of 4,000. So they've smashed their goal, 5 days to go. It's a Wood Elf team with extras, basically. How much was the team last time, Ben? £60?
Yeah, 60 euros.
€60, and there's a big pack for €80, which includes even more
Oh,
goodies.
yeah.
So it's standard for third party. The team looks pretty cool. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, Succubus models are really nice. Like, I've seen quite a few. I know. I think it was the first team I ever played against was the Succubus vampire team from Rick.
Oh, that was Rick, was it?
Yeah, that was really nice team. So they're really good quality models. Definitely worth a shout if you're looking for them.
Are they resin? Is this resin?
Yeah, they were resin, I believe.
Yeah.
I think you could choose resin or metal.
What? Who chooses metal? I would choose metal because metal is just, proper models. He says.
I'm pretty sure it's resin. It's definitely resin at least.
owning a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Anyway, that seems cool. So this episode will be going live on the 19th and it finishes, I think, on the 22nd. So if you are hankering for a Wood Elf team, then look that one up. Yeah, Tuesday, March 22nd. And the next one to check in on was the 3D Fantasy Football Dugouts Volume 2. Now, this is just STLs, but they have also smashed their target. 1,500 quid against target of 800. You know what? With 13 days to go for STLs, that's not bad, is it?
No, that's good, and yeah, like this is really good. I'm happy to see Kickstarters complete. It's good for the hobby to have all these options coming out. So we might see
Yeah.
these at some tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the boards are quite cool. It's a big print. I think we talked about that last time, didn't we?
Yeah, it's not a light print to do. It takes some time and some filament, and resin if you're brave.
And some resin. Yeah, £9 for a dugout, and I think it was about 30 quid for all of them. Or am I making that up? Stretch goals £13, £26 for all the dugouts. So there's a dwarf one. I like the fact you got the bases in there as well. The base toppers.
Yeah,
That is
like
pretty
the
good.
Skaven, like the
The Ratman board. Yeah. No, I like that too. Ben, what else is going on in the world of Blood Bowl then? We talked World Cup. We talked about those two. There's nothing from Games Workshop, is there, at the moment?
No, not really. We're still waiting on the more information on Norse, which I think we knew about that probably ahead of schedule.
Oh, just a little bit
And
ahead of schedule, yeah.
but we do have Adepticon coming up, so who
Yes,
knows?
you're exactly right. So we are, where are we? We're the 17, 18, 19. So Adepticon is next weekend.
Mm.
When do they normally post the, like, we've got a preview thing. Is that normally on a Sunday they announce they've got a preview thing for the following weekend?
Probably Sunday's usually when they do their announcement.
What's coming up?
So,
So I don't know about you. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see on Sunday them say that next weekend we'll have lots of reveals because it's Adepticon. But they've not said anything yet.
yeah, they haven't, which is I reckon we'll see something. They've always done something at Adepticon. It's huge.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Are
Yeah.
they going to release? Are they going to reveal Norse proper at Adepticon?
I think they will have like a trailer for it. When they do those little cinematic things.
I do love
I
those.
think that's what we'll see.
I do love those. Maybe we should do those for the Dungeon Dorset, for the Dungeon Bowl Championship. Might have to see if I've got time. See if we can do that. Now, actually, there was one other bit of news, which is the Safari Kickstarter and the Savannah team. So this Kickstarter is insanely cool. I forgot to mention it because we've got some models here to look at. Now, I will do an unboxing review model video thing because these are so good. And Ben, I'll bring them to show you in person on Saturday.
Sweet, yeah.
So this is a pretty epic Kickstarter. 17 days to go, so it will wrap up on Monday, April the 4th. But I'm sure we had a look at this. Did we have a look at this? Maybe we
did. Yeah, I've definitely seen these. We
Okay.
spoke about this in the podcast.
Yeah, that's good. I must have missed it off the show notes. Anyway, the complete Savannah team, £62. The giant elephant, 4 rhino dudes, 2 bully hippos, 6 chimpanzees, 2 bamboo runners. Estimated delivery October. The elephant is very cool, and
He's awesome.
They've got the sizing pretty right. I mean, you know me, I like the big guys to be giant. But this dude is a Games Workshop ogre scaled up to 110, 115%.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's a good size.
It's about the perfect scale. I love it. These models are super cool. The hippos are cool. The rhinos are just outrageous. Like there's the cool thing about this is there's a ton of different team variations you've got in there. Like I back this immediately. So £62, you get the stuff. That's the only one there. And the stretch goals, they've chucked in extra rhinos as well. Now, the rhinos look amazing. The elephant looks amazing. The hippos look amazing. The fact that the angry monkeys are the linemen may be the bit that only, like, that maybe some people don't quite like because they're not, like, big, burly and scary.
Well,
I personally love them.
I'm going to say College of Beasts. if you're running Dungeon Bowl.
Exactly. This is just custom made for College of Beasts. Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now I've painted up most of the College of Beasts. Do I have time to
I
get?
haven't.
Do I have? Yeah. Ooh. Oh,
I might back this.
those guys as Chaos Warriors would be
Mm,
pretty sweet. How many
yeah.
meetings do I have tomorrow? Uh, can I get that? Ooh. I think I might. I think I'll try. Anyway, the sculpts are amazing. Now this is going to be 3D printed, I believe, quality resin. And this is why we got some models to look at already, is because is it 3D printed or is it? Have I made that up? Is it high quality resin? Tell you what, I can probably just look at it,
They
can't
say
I?
high quality resin on the Kickstarter, but that could also mean 3D printing these days because printing is high quality resin. So
Yeah, I think yeah, it's 3D printed, but the only ringlets, Ben, are on the feet, underneath the feet.
that's incredible.
I yeah, I genuinely wouldn't I didn't know. And that's quite cool that we got it live on the pod actually. That I didn't know whether that was 3D printed or not.
I mean, that's fantastic, and especially if there's no like pock marks from supports. Like 3D printing's better than cast because you don't have to deal with mold lines and flash. So yeah, that's a bonus if you can't even tell the difference.
Oh, I've found a couple of support marks, tiny ones underneath the like I've got to literally look
Well placed.
up its skirt. Yeah, this is brilliant. I'm very much looking forward to doing the unboxing review for that because this is top quality. I love the mix of models, the fact you get the full whack. You can run this as a Black Orc team, you can run this as a bunch of different teams, and that's what's so good about these third-party things. But anyway, this is coming out on Saturday. I'm intending to do the unboxing review tomorrow, so you probably would have already seen the unboxing review before this comes out. But anyway, it's great. 17 days left to go, and £70. They're at 4,000 out of a target of 800, and you've got until the 4th of April. So I think this is going to go down a treat, and I've backed it. But now I've seen the models, I think I might actually have to get some more of the elephants and do an ogre team or something because it's just awesome, absolutely awesome. Anyway, we got the hopefully Norse team dropping next weekend. And I think that's it for now. I'm gonna be entirely honest. I'm so excited about the World Cup, and having chatted with the guys, I'm just like I'm buzzing. So we'll take a quick break and we're back with hobby. And we're back. So BT games, hobby, purchasing, buying, building. What have you been doing?
I have had quite possibly the most productive week of hobby, I think, in my time miniature wargaming.
Have you indeed?
Yes, so we are soon to be recording Dungeon Bowl,
Oh yeah.
and we were all getting some teams together, and we have kind of like broken it down. Like a few of us are doing different teams. You know, Milton's doing a couple of teams. I'm doing a couple of teams. You're yourself doing a couple of teams. And yeah, we've decided to thought I'll try a different style of painting, do some College of Fire. I did some test things. I think we did a stream of one of the College of Fire things. Wasn't too happy with the method. It was quite slow, and I thought I'm going to look into some different methods of painting, and looked at some videos from Marco Frassoni, who I've followed for a long time, and he has some speed painting tutorials, and one of them in particular was for a Necromunda gang doing the lack, I think they were, and
Trench coat boys.
yeah, no, it's Cawdor. The ones that kind of look like quite culty.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Cawdor. And he was speed painting them with pretty much just the airbrush and then oils, and kind of minimizing the amount of brushwork you do. Airbrushing's fast. It's not not accessible for everyone, but I think with time and get used to the tool, it's incredible. And so I thought, this I'm just going to crash course this. I'm going to sort of emulate a lot of the things he does, not follow it exactly, obviously, but get some tips. And I did this team, and in terms of painting, I probably spent about 5 hours painting and got the team done.
That's
And
insane.
yeah, and it's in like it was over a week, but it was pretty much a couple of hours and a couple of evenings. was probably six. I'll say 6 hours. 6 hours to finish it, including the basing, because that was a bit on the extra. Yeah, and I'm so happy with the team. I think it's probably the best team I've painted, and in the time. And I'm just like, I don't want to paint in any other style anymore. This is like revolutionary. So I can't wait to do the next. And
Now, I'm
yeah,
going to try and remember to put the pictures you sent of that team up on the screen now, but no promises for the YouTube.
that's fine. They'll
Uh,
be on YouTube.
yeah,
Hopefully, if you want
exactly.
to use them.
They will definitely be on YouTube because, like you said, we're recording. We start recording on Saturday, which is very cool. So hopefully get a couple of games in. I'm not gonna lie, I'm going for 3. Got another fancy camera, and even I've got now the fanciest of cameras that I have. So we should have a much better setup for recording and being able to get good zoom in shots and things like that. So after when I finally log off work tomorrow, I'll just take all the gear down into the dining room. Have I told Tiff this? Yes, Tiff does know this. That's good. That's good. That's good. And we get to record some Dungeon Ball, and I'm super psyched. I know that Milton is super psyched as well.
Yeah,
And the fire team looks amazing. Milton's painted up metal
yeah,
and
Metal and Heavens.
heavens, which is they look super good. I'm not far off. I mean, I'll be finishing the team tomorrow and probably Saturday morning. But the Cottage of Beasts,
Yeah,
using the Fanath Chaos, using 2 of the Brute Fun Croxagores, like it's just been wicked. Like really enjoying this, and I think what we'll do for the next pod, Ben, depending on what news happens in between now and then, is we'll talk about putting together Dungeon Ball teams because on paper it's not fun, right? And it's expensive, and going from 0 to Dungeon Ball team is pretty daunting. But now
yeah,
I've put 2 together. Milton's put 2 together. You've put 2 together. We'll get Trips on as well because he's done many. Actually, it could be a really good opportunity to just talk through. Is there much of a barrier to entry? There is, but actually,
yep.
it kind of creates its own hobby thing. Like,
It does. Yeah.
and that. I don't think we really like explored that much. I think we definitely said, any time to build a team is a great thing, but actually, this has been some of the most fun hobby for a while.
Yeah, it has. I mean, obviously, without getting too much into the topic on today, but like even for the teams we've been working on, we had discussions of just like, oh, what models can we use? Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah,
just look in the collection and pick out what models I have. Actually, I can make a team from that, from just like sort of spare positionals that I have lying around. So
yeah. I think it's cool. I think it'd be worth getting together and chatting about. Right, other hobby things. Do I want to show off that? Not quite yet. Got a couple of weeks till I can show that off. I did some stuff in the background. I've had an insanely busy work fortnight. I'm how did I describe it to you earlier, Ben? I'm transitioning in between roles, in between teams, which is corporate speak for doing 2 jobs at once. And that's I don't think I've ever worked so much as I have in the last few weeks, which is great. It's a superb to have a job. I'm really happy with my job. I'm really happy with the new project I'm going for. But dude, it's a lot of work, and there is a lot of work to be done on the new project. And I'm in that kind of transition space where no one seems to be lined up to pick up the work I was doing. Or, like my team does some stuff, and then when I leave, I'm not sure where that stuff is going to go. But anyway, that's technically not my problem, except it's always your problem. So that's something that I've been spending a lot of time doing. Tiff's been off this week, which has been quite nice. She's been well into the Animal Crossing stuff again, so it's kind of like been work, 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 work. Can I film a video? Yes, absolutely. So yeah, went downstairs, did some painting while she hosted a stream on Sunday. I think that was
oh, that's
quite
awesome.
cool. Yeah, it was good. It was good. And hobby top tip, Ben.
Mm.
Orange. I'm really happy with how this orange is coming out. Bugman's Glow.
Okay,
Half Bugman's Glow with Troll Slayer Orange or Fiery Orange or whatever the heck that stuff made of water and wishes is.
mm.
1 coat. And the base
That's
is
good.
really good. I'm literally, all I'm gonna do now is edge highlight with pure orange. Yeah, and I'm really happy with the coverage.
That's nice. That's definitely worth a try. Yeah, orange is always a bit. in there.
Yeah.
So
See some great
yeah.
stuff on Whip Wednesday. Like, Jelly, who sends stuff in almost every week. His orange is just unnecessarily good, and I'm like, I need to do a good orange because I've chosen to do the College of Beasts, and the College of Beasts paint scheme is basically the Cincinnati Bengals, which is orange with tiger stripes. And I'm like, yeah, that'll be fine. I don't know if I'm going to get around to the tiger stripes, but if I can get a nice bright orange, I think I'm going to be really happy anyway.
Yeah, that's
I'm not far off, and I've got the brown contrast paint, and over Beastman, one coat over Wraithbone spray, amazing. Like, to be
mm.
honest with you, they're basically done now. I'm going to pick out some more stuff because I can.
They look fantastic. What you've shown already, yeah, absolutely fantastic.
I'm happy, very happy with that, and got to
The
put
models are great too.
yeah, really good, really, really, really good. Where are we now? So we're in March. Ben, what else is going on? What's going on with you? Anything exciting of note?
Not a huge amount at the moment. Just I'm all settled in. I'm just really jazzed from the World Cup, and I think we both are. I was looking at Adepticon, right? And I don't know if it's just because we've just agreed to go to like Spain. Do Adepticon some point.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we should totally do Adepticon.
Probably not the one that's next week, but
I don't think I don't think we could get that. Now, this is a big event, so if we do the World Cup, I don't know. Could we do Adepticon and the World Cup in one year? That might be a bit much.
how much time we get off. But yeah,
Yeah, because America is a little bit different than Spain. Like,
yeah,
Spain's a 3-4 hour plane trip for
not
us.
even that. I don't think.
America, that's a good 8 hours. So
Yeah, and jet lag.
that's a whole day. Jet lag's fine. You just don't sleep. Um, maybe I tell you what, we could do the World Cup next year, and then we could do Adepticon the year after.
That sounds good. That
Uh,
sounds good.
we could do
I'd all love to go.
dude, Bonehead Podcast World Tour.
Yeah.
Where else? Where could we go this year then? Now we've got lots of tournaments on this year. I don't know. Does Wales count?
Wales is a foreign land. Yeah, we can go there.
Technically, is
Yeah.
there? I wonder if there's any ones in Ireland. That could be quite cool. Wales is much easier, and still, yeah, technically counts as abroad. I personally think that like Sand Bowl counts as being abroad, but
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
mostly
ferry there. Like that's
you have to travel there by boat. That's across water. I mean, that's mostly just because we like to tell Milton that he lives abroad now. And he's coming over on Saturday just to spend the whole day playing Blood Bowl, which is awesome. But I'm like, oh, are you excited about coming back to England, Milton? And he's like, well, no emotions, because and that's why the challenge is so high. But no, so that's cool. And yeah, looking forward to playing some DB this weekend and playing with multicam setups again and just better cameras, better lighting, same mics, but that'll probably be fine. But yeah, I'm sure there's other stuff going on. I feel really bad.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like these things, they come around. But I feel like this gap has felt longer than others, and I don't know why. But
It has. It's weird. Yeah.
sometimes it blitzes around between podcasts, and sometimes it's just like maybe because we've been painting teams.
Yeah, we've been
We got a lot done.
Actually
It's
doing
like,
stuff. Didn't you go to
yeah.
club as well? Did you go to club?
Oh, I did. I had a game against Simon at club. I had a league game, which was good because I never do league. And managed to play my nobility against his ogres and got hammered 3-1. So
Dude, Simon's ogre team is outrageous.
I thought I won. I thought I had it in the bag. It was 1-1 at half time. I had taken out a whole bunch of Noblars. It was good. He only had like 4 left, and I was setting up to receive, and had the ball and just screwed it. I had a blitzer with dodge. It was a blodging blitzer. He rolled double 1 on a dodge, and from there it just went downhill. I just could not come back. Ended up having to do really horrible plays to try and make stuff work. Nope. But what did happen? Oh, sorry. I would actually say I suffered 2 deaths.
Oh, what?
And 3 MNGs. No, sorry, 3 NMGs. 2 of them were stat loss.
Oh my god.
So I think I might be retiring this team.
Yeah.
And just going on the next one because I can't come back.
That is
1 edge busted guy and 1 strength busted guy, and then the other one is just mixed.
If they're just linemen, then that's absolutely fine.
One's a thrower. It's the edge busted thrower, which really
Oh,
sucks.
he's a very expensive lineman now.
Yeah, yeah. The rest for linemen, but
Now,
still,
if this was the start of the league, you could play it through, but the league's like, I think, what, half, three quarters of the way done now.
it's nearly end. It's nearly at
Yeah,
the end.
you would need. Yes, that's 3 games you've lost. That's 3 games you're behind
Absolutely.
in that
Yeah.
regard. Oh, that's tough.
It's just a really rough second half. Yeah. I did manage, though, to pull out a handoff to a thrower who then walked it around and threw it to a blitzer who went through like a gap in his defense and scored, which did feel really good because I love a good passing play.
Yeah,
And my
stretch
goal is
play
always, yeah,
with nobility is kind of like an
so good.
achievement unlocked. It's like
It
we can
is.
still do this. I know you've got a thing about nobility passes as well. You're like throwers. No, we can throw.
They have running pass, catch. Ooh, you pay for it, so you need to use it.
To tell you what,
So,
one thing I think is hilarious is we look at the nobility throw and we're like, oh, that thing's garbage. When passing 3+ is the same as human throwers used to be for years, like
yeah,
decades. Human throwers quick pass on a 3+, and now even in the world where passing on everybody else has got worse, we look at that dude and we're like, you're not a real thrower. Get
yeah,
out.
he's rubbish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is this? And Ben's like, no, 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 I got this.
He's got, I think, 7 completions under his belt, so he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So accurate then.
he already has it. Yeah, I gave him accurate for this game, and then he scored a few more, which was good. So,
Oh, I love that,
yeah,
dude. Oh, I do. I miss playing League. Like my Tuesdays have not lined up. I've been in London for most of them. This week I didn't go because I was in New Milton Keynes, and then Tuesday night was basically my only opportunity to see Tiff, and she's on leave this week, so it seemed a bit rude for me to be like, "Hey, nice to have you home. I'm going to go play Blood Bowl." So I kind of had to skip that one. Should be able to go next week, but I don't know whether we are in the league. Oh, it's so good talking about. Oh, I just want to play some Blood Bowl. And you know what? On Saturday, I will. And I will bring you and show you some of these beast things, Ben. I'm just going to chuck a box at you when we meet you.
doing a little handoff and stuff.
Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Right. What we're going to do now is we are going to cut to the interview because it is the most exciting bit. And then Ben and I will be back after the interview to talk about how great the interview was. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look through the bid because it makes sense to do that. Now, we're going to do the interview first because it is just too exciting not to do. So you can do that, then we can go through the stuff that some of it we talked about in the interview, some of it we didn't, and we get an opportunity to just look at and see what they've organised. So, over to the interview. Okay, so big news at the weekend. Going into the start of the week, World Cup 5 for Blood Bowl has been brewing up for a long few years, and we are so lucky today to be joined by Akko and Olvidar, two of the superb team of people that put together the Alicante bid and are going to be hosting the World Cup in Spain. So guys, thank you very, very much for coming on and talking to us today. Hugely appreciate it. How are you both doing? All right?
Right. First of all, thank you for the time and the support you're giving us, and the chance to chat to foreign people that I'm sure they have a lot of questions to think about the World Cup. And we are trying to give you as many info as we can because people needs to plan ahead to come to the World Cup. And I really recommend them to start planning soon because Alicante is a rather touristic zone, and there are a lot of people, both from Spain and foreign people, that come here for holidays. So in case you're thinking about coming to the World Cup, please move. Please look for lodging, look for traveling because that's quite busy in the dates we are chosen.
I'm not surprised because to look at it, it looks absolutely gorgeous. My wife has already been looking on the holiday area to kind of, she's already there. Like it's fantastic in her mind. And I know we're trying to get Ben's girlfriend to come along as well. Not so sure
she,
about that.
she likes Spain, but Blood Bowl is a little bit like that takes more convincing.
We'll get there. It took me like 5 years to get Tiff on board with that. But anyway, talking about Blood Bowl, would you just introduce yourselves and talk about how you got into Blood Bowl?
Okay. My name is Juanma. I'm also known as Ulbardar, and I've been playing Blood Bowl since 1989. That's the date Blood Bowl came to Spain.
Wow.
And Susako, her name is Maria, and she started playing in 210, I think. Yeah. At least I met you there on that day. And yes, well, we've been playing for a long time, and we've been enjoying so many tourneys, so many leagues, and I would say my favorite team is maybe Skaven.
Oh,
And
you're in good company. That's
I'm super happy with that. Akko, what's your favorite Blood Bowl team, Akko?
Negromantic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, that's good. That's some good
she
teams.
has something for werewolves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's we're on the same camp on that.
Or hairy men, who knows?
Yeah, sure.
That's fantastic. Thank you very, very much. So, you were very kind to allow us to have some of your time. So we put together some questions, and a bunch of our viewers jumped on and sort of said, "What about this? What about this?" So we kind of put the list together because we're hoping to hit the most important points, the most important questions that, well, at least our viewers have got. BT, would you hit us on with the first question, please?
Yes, first question we have is when will dates and prices be confirmed?
Yes, so tickets and dates, are they ready now?
Yeah, ticket dates are already known. NAF wanted to us to choose September as the month to host the World Cup. So we thought second weekend about it's the right time to celebrate it because of weather, because of it's out of the high hotel occupation, so there are more lodging options, and it will be held on 7, 8, 9, and 10 of September 2023. 7 is Thursday, and we will celebrate the opening ceremony next to the sea in the port of Alicante, in a very nice place where we will join, say some words, and I expect some authorities to be there, and also some NAF representatives that will open the World Cup. And then Friday 8, Saturday 9, and Sunday 10, we will play the World Cup. And Sunday night, we will celebrate, we will give prizes and celebrate the end and close the World Cup and enjoy together.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Sounds amazing. That first night is going to be so dangerous. I think.
Yeah.
So all 3 days you could be playing with a hangover, which I think is going to be pretty likely. But that's fantastic. So the dates are confirmed: 7th through 10th of September. That is set in stone, so we can start booking flights, booking holidays. I may have already booked my time off work. Just, I was like, let's get that in there. Prices for the tickets, or the tickets to be able to be bought. When are we available? When are they going to start to be available? Any ideas?
Well, let's see. The process has to be discussed with NAF. We know they want us to start on December to open the registration for the event, and we think it's going to be open to 6 months before the NAF World Cup starts. So we think it's going to be able to join the World Cup from December to March, probably. Yeah, about March, maybe April. But NAF is going to give us some guides about it before the years finish, before the end of 2022, the registration process will be open, and the rules will be published, and you will be able to join. And we don't know how long it's going to be, but at least 3 months. So
Okay.
people can plan and take some time to organize their teams, the squads, and send them and plan their life and their holidays, their flights, and so on.
That's
Fantastic.
perfect. That's a pretty decent amount of time. It's being announced now, so that's 9 months at least until the tickets go on sale. And then if you've got them on sale, then that gives us a year and a half to plan, which with Blood Bowl coaches is probably just about enough time, I think. I like that it's going to be so far in advance. Blood Bowl tends to be very last minute a lot of the time, and with an event this size, you can't have that. So I love the timelines. I think that's brilliant. Thank you very much, BT.
Yeah, speaking of, like, and you mentioned 3 days, the opening ceremony and the beach and that. This is a massive undertaking. So importantly, why on earth did you want to host this?
Why?
Let's see. We're going back to 2019, before the fourth World Cup started. And we were one day chatting and having a drink and so on. And I've been running a tourney here for 15 years. And she said me, I want to organize a tournament. And I told her, that's a lot of work. Have you considered it enough? And she told me, yeah, I want to organize a big tournament. And I say, really? Yeah. What about the national team tourney? And in that moment, there were not all national tournaments. NAF has created national tournaments lately, but I told her there's no national tournament, and she said, "What's bigger than a national tournament?" Mm, the World Cup. And I say, "What the?" But she gathered some guys, some friends, and I thought, well, my friends will dismiss her, and she will forget. And my stupid friend said, yeah, the World Cup. And I said, what the? And here we are. That's all. That's the truth. The truth. That's the story. It's a World Cup that was born from a bit of love and a lot of madness. And here there, and we have to work a lot because you wanted to organize a tourney for 20 people.
And now
There
it's
might
going
be
to
a
be
couple more than
yeah, it's going to be 2,000 now. 2,000.
Yeah. It's like 100 times bigger than you were wanted on first day, but we have to do it anyway.
So it was purely just out of you wanted to do something big and you thought, let's just go for the World Cup. We can do that. I mean, you're aware how like big the World Cup is, and something we wanted to ask is, we know the last World Cup had some quite significant difficulties. So do you have any ideas to sort of like maybe address those or work around those?
The last World Cup has have some difficulties, and Thorsten, that was running Tohurup, that was running the World Cup, was kind enough to tell us about the problems he had to face. We are going to try to have a more tested
The software?
app, software,
Yep.
and we are going to skip Blood Bowl fields that cannot be transported by plane, and we are going to try to work harder, as harder as we can, to give everyone the best experience they can have. We don't know the internal problems they World Cup have, but he has advised us about what we shouldn't do, and we think we can run a smooth event with no many trouble, and in case some problem comes, we have a great team that is ready to affront it.
That's fantastic. 2 seconds, guys. We're recording. I just need to do a thing very, very, very quickly. I realised I was looking off the side of the event, and that's no good at all. There we go. That's this arm, so that's fine. Go. Are we good? We're good. Fantastic. Thank you very, very much. That's brilliant. Ben, take it away.
Okay, yeah, thank you. What will be so great about this World Cup being in Alicante? So, like, in terms of the local sort of attractions, local events, or local, the scenery.
Let's see. We know we have published the bid. The bid has published, and everybody has seen the coast, the beach, the sun. We've heard it's a very hot place. Yeah, it is. It's summer in Spain, and it's hot. But we know there are so many things to do in Alicante in case you want to come here with your family, with your relatives, and enjoy some days here. We have beach, of course. We have sun. We have nature. In case you prefer to go inside into the inner side of the province, we have a lot of friendly people. A city devoted to tourism, with so many pubs, so many restaurants, so many activities to do. You can travel around because most of the Costa Blanca area is devoted to tourism too. So there are many places you can visit. We have castles, we have museums, we have shops, we have so many things to do in Alicante if you want to come here. And even if the climate is hotter than in England or in northern countries, people do not burst in flames on the streets, and people do not melt on sweet puddles. So just come, relax, try the food, try the activities, try the live, relax. We think it's a very nice place to come here after last years. We globally have gone through much pandemics, troubles, economical trouble, and you can have a great experience here. You can relax, go to beach at night with your couple or with your wife, have a drink, sit next to the sea, or in case you prefer to attend the World Cup with your family, we encourage you to do it.
So you mentioned before that you've got the opening ceremony like on the beach and things like that. What sort of local opportunities are there in Alicante for people to do?
What to do in Alicante? What to do in Alicante in case you want to plan some extra days with playing Blood Bowl and having a few days here with us? You can travel around and know different places, different cities. You can visit the castle. You can visit the local shops and so on. You can go inside and enjoy nature. We have about 45 driving to some natural waterfalls. You can dive in. You can go hiking. You can do anything you want. There's nature, there's beach, there's sun, there's pubs. You can enjoy the night. Nightlife in Alicante is so rich, both for younger and for older people. There's a lot of disco and partying, and our younger attendees will enjoy it. And there are options for more family people that prefer to go out, have a nice drink in our pub, and just enjoy the fresh night.
That's
and you
fantastic.
can get tan. most UK people never get tan, so that's a chance you can do something new.
That's
We've
brilliant.
seen Benidorm. We know what it's
There's a lot
like.
to
Yeah,
do. There's
yeah.
a lot to do in the city, and once our web is open, we are going to get a lot of info from the local town hall, offering so many activities for our attendees, and we'll try to find the discounts and offers on them. You can visit aquariums. You can even swim with a dolphin if you want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
in
wow.
front of Alicante, there's a little island, the smallest inhabited island on Spain. Tabarka Island. You can go there by ship or by sailing, and you can do scuba diving there because
Incredible.
it's a natural reserve for fishes.
Ah,
Oh,
nice.
wow.
You have to be careful because there were sharks some years ago, but that's nothing to care about.
Could be
We'll
dolphins,
gloss
could
over
be
that.
fish,
No,
also sharks.
it's a very lovely place because it's like a little fisherman community. You can visit it and you can scuba dive in there.
Oh,
You can
that's
try the local gastronomy that is so different from UK. The Spanish ham, the Spanish omelette, the Spanish food is so different from UK.
I'm so looking
And
forward to
I
the food.
remember traveling to England in 1924, and I loved to try new things. So I think foreign players that come to the World Cup should try to know a bit about us and about the way we enjoy it.
Oh, you are far too nice. I thought you were going to say I traveled to the UK, tried the food, and was just disappointed because I would understand.
Yeah, Spanish food is somewhat just a
More
lot
refined, isn't it?
yeah, it's a lot classier and exciting than English food. No, that's fantastic. My wife is planning on coming, and I just wanted to make sure that while I was playing Blood Bowl for 3 days, she was going to have enough to keep her entertained. And it sounds like it's a heck of a location, so it sounds beautiful. That's brilliant.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
And in case you want to come to the World Cup with with your wife, with your family, or she wants to visit one day to see what you are really doing when you say you are playing with little toys, she can do it. She just has to take a bus that will be scheduled in our web and visit us and come for free, see you, enjoy the place, and say, "Oh, so you really play with little toys?" Yes, I do. And then she will go to shopping again.
Never be more validated when it's not just you, but 2,000 other people
Yeah,
too. I mean, that
exactly.
proves that it's fine.
Exactly.
Earlier, you mentioned new software being developed. Do you have any kind of information on that at the moment?
Well, right now we are trying to develop the software as fast as we can, but being careful about mistakes and testing every step so much. We know software was one problem in World Cup 4,
Yeah.
and we don't want to have that kind of problem. So we think in about 4 months or so, the software will be finished and will be offered to any tourney that wants to test it.
What do
We
you
Oh,
are
think,
going
perfect.
in
Ben?
So
test.
yeah, so
We are
tournament
going,
organizers can
we are in
have
Spain, but
yeah.
we are going to offer it to international tourneys too.
Oh, incredible. Yeah, we should definitely give that a go because we've got a few tournaments planned next year. So yeah,
We've got loads planned, so that would
yeah.
be that could be absolutely amazing. And I'm sure that there'll be lots of people who take you up on the offer of giving it a go and trying it and seeing it. And I think it's a superb idea because
Yeah.
you're very right. That was one of the things that went a bit squiffy, didn't go to plan for the last World Cup. So having that time to make sure it's absolutely perfect, absolutely superb on that one. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm just going to jump to the next question, Ben, because I've got it here now. Right.
Yep.
So, can you tell us any more about the special miniature that's going to come with your ticket that's going to be available on the day? Do you know what it is yet? Can you tell us? Is it still a secret?
No, it's not a secret at all. Okay. As you've seen our logo, there's a bull on it. So bull has been the most mythical animal for all the Mediterranean cultures since 3,000 years ago, and it's a very mythical Spanish animal too. It's nothing related to bullfighting or so on. It's just our culture is so embroidered with bulls. So we thought Darwin made a peer. We're going to do a bull and what this how to get a bull into Blood Bowl. So we are going to do a minotaur.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
incredible. I was really hoping it was leading to that. You'd be
Yeah,
like, we've got a
oh.
bull, we're going to do a
Yeah,
thrower.
we well, Spain is known for having oranges and paella and so on, but we thought a pear and now I am an orange is not going to be serious, so a miniature would be
Oh,
more
that's
useful.
incredible.
We hope Games Workshop do not release Grasnak Black Hoof before the World Cup, so you can use it.
It doesn't
But
matter. I'm sure it will be
a
better.
suggestion.
Oh, that's perfect. So we've got a Skaven coach, we've got a Necromantic coach, and they're releasing a Minotaur. I
He's
am
your favorite people.
I'm so happy. This is perfect.
And we have a little halfling back there.
Oh, that's absolutely superb. Okay, so moving to the event itself, do you have any more information on how the event is going to be structured? It's going to be a team tournament, how many players in a team, things like that, so we can start planning, our teams.
Yeah. Usually the World Cup is run on 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we are going to play 3 games each day. So it's a grand total of now 9 games. And teams will be structured in 6 players squads that will confront each other. And once you are into your squad, you will play the opponent with a similar score that you have. So the best of squad 1 plays the best of squad 2, and so on. 6 team squads with the chance to have a reserve.
Ah, brilliant.
So in case one of your players is one of your mates feels sick, or it's tired or has a big hangover, the reserve comes in. And in case there are more than one player with hangover, we will provide substitutes from our volunteering team to cover those blanks. So in case your team is just 5 players for a round, we will give you the chance to add your reserve and also one of our volunteers to give you the chance to compete, and the opponent team has the chance to play. There are not going to be people that skips a game because there's no rival.
That's
okay,
brilliant. That's absolutely
so
perfect.
nobody's going to find himself or herself with 2 hours ahead with nothing to do. They will have the chance to play anyway.
That's good. That's one of the biggest things to worry about, is going and traveling to a big event and not getting a game. Like, depending on how hungover
we
you
understand it. It has to be so frustrating because it happens to us in local tournaments, and it's really disappointing. I've come here from 200 miles away, and I'm just sitting here and waiting and watching the rest of my teammates playing. That's not good. In case you travel from the other side of the world, it has to be really annoying. So we are going to do our best to cover those blanks. We have instructed our volunteers to bring their teams here. Nothing so competitive, but you at least get a game. You might find playing versus no 3 halfling team or similar, but at least you have the chance to play, to give the points to your team, and do not waste your time.
That's superb. Okay, so the most exciting thing about tournaments is the rules, the skills you can give your players, how big a team you can go. What kind of timeline can we expect to see the rules pack for the World Cup?
The most exciting side of a tourney is drinking for some for my,
but before
in
the
fact
tournament,
they say I don't care the rules. Is there beer? Yeah, there is. Okay, rules. Right now we are going through a lot of changes in rule sets. Games Workshop is releasing new star players, changing rules. We expect the Norse team soon. And we have to evaluate it carefully and try not to create a rule set that is not fair for everyone. So people waits for North team to get out, and they find a bonus roster. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah, it's
So we are
changed. Yeah.
discussing it, seeing how tourneys deal with the new star players rules, with a lot of more hands in every roster and so on. And we'll have a rule set soon, but we have to consider so many things and so many changes that we are going through, and then we have going to have next month we expect a new FAQ from Games Workshop,
Yeah, May.
and
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
in November we will have a new FAQ too,
yep.
and that can be so important to consider when we create the rule set, but as soon as possible.
Oh,
That's all we
fantastic.
can say by now.
No,
We are
no,
trying,
no.
and we are checking how national and foreign tourneys are dealing with so much, and we'll find a fair rule set
Yeah,
in
we've
a
seen
in
a
a
lot.
game that is designed to be unfair from the start.
That's it, because you've got to consider that when there's 2,000 people who've been playing the game in slightly different ways. With tournaments with slightly different rule sets, with allowing star players, not allowing star players. Honestly, we all just want to get practicing so that we can win.
Yeah.
And then we're hosting a few tournaments next year. It would be really great for us to be able to host a tournament and use the World Cup rule set. We've got a big tournament in February next year, and we're kind of like, well, that would be really great if our coaches could use the World Cup rule set, get some practice in.
Any case, the moment we open the registration, the rule set will be set, and no more changes
Perfect.
will be allowed. So
Yep.
uh, you can expect to have it this year, but
Oh,
Brilliant.
we can say now if it will be September, October, December. But once the registration opens, you have the chance to present your roster, and in that moment, the rule set will be set and won't change no matter what Games Workshop do.
no, that's perfect. I think that's an excellent choice. Ben, how do you think that? Do you think that's a good shout?
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, it would be like it'd also be good to sort of, get feedback, in case that's of any interest. I know it's hard to change everything because you said it's going to be set in stone, but it would be good for one for practice and two just to be like, oh, we noticed this came up and it's stuff to prepare for. So it's really exciting.
So if, for example, the rules came out in December after the November FAQ, then you've kind of got a good clear run then, and you can ignore May and go with it then, because where you've got such an expensive event with travel and everything, you like you said, you need to get those rules locked in. If a team is released in May next year and it's new or it's different, would that mean we couldn't run it for the World Cup, or is it a case of we'll have to wait and see?
That's something we can say,
Yeah,
because it's not just that it's released by Game Workshop, but it has to be approved by NAF.
that is true. Yeah, that's a really good
So
point.
it's NAF that will tell us if we have to use the old or the new version of a team.
I think
We
that's
can we can decide it on our own, because they are
the governing
they
body.
are the
Yeah,
sponsors that
yeah,
of the event, and the rules have to be applied. So we will discuss with them, and we hope that if there are changes, they advise us about applying them or not. So that's enough decision anyway.
that's perfect. That works great. Have we got another question, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, this is of a lot of interest to us as content creators. But have you considered streaming live games of the World Cup?
You have to be there. It's going to, you have to be there. Not only you, but any streamer that wants to come from any way, from any place of world, is welcomed. Consider that we are expecting about 200 2,000 to 2,500 people. That's going to be so big. It's probably the biggest Blood Bowl event in history.
Yes, it is. Much bigger than
So
20, Akko. Much bigger than
maybe
20.
my memory is bad, but I don't think nothing so big.
No.
We know there's a lot of people excited in Spain about it, and we know there's a lot of foreign people excited about it because they are. We have crazy days with so much WhatsApp, Telegram, mails, Facebook calls. People is loving this around the world, and we expect to have so many people. So any streamer that wants to come and work with us, we thank you, all of them, to come and cover the event and give us the chance to be around the world.
That's
Come here
perfect.
and stream everything you want.
Yeah, that would be great because I mean, there's 2,500 people probably like this. I think it's going to be 2,500. I think it's going to be 2,500. But there must be millions of Blood Bowl players out there, and if we can share the World Cup, share some of the games, share some of the excitement with those people who can't travel, because it's too far, or they're working, or they've got young families, or whatever. If they can't do it, it would be amazing to share that with them. So I'm so happy that you guys are happy to let people be involved, because more Blood Bowl is more better. And I think, if we could share the World Cup games, just amazing. So we kind of move on to a few of the last viewer questions now. You said you've got a great team, and you want, streamers can help, which is brilliant. But what else is there that people can do to help? How can we help you with the event? We're getting ready for the event, running the event. How can people help?
How can people help? I will tell you that the biggest help we get is to come here and enjoy it.
Deal.
To be part of the experience, come, enjoy, play, have fun, relax, and. But in case you want to help, just find some other 5 crazy guys like you, form a squad, and travel to Spain and play the Blood Bowl World Cup in Alicante.
I think that
We are
can be
open
done.
to any kind of help, both from local companies, both from foreign companies. But we have a great team, and we are going to try our best to cover any problem that might arise. We are so thankful because people give us their support, their breath, their words. Go on, go ahead. This is going to be great, and that help us so much because we have better and worse days like everyone, and there are days that say I'm so fed up with this, but people do not let us give up, and
Perfect.
that's a great help. Just a great writing us and telling us in any media, go on, we are going to go. That's energy for us, and that's a great help in any kind of event you are organizing.
That is brilliant. Well, we'll be there, and I'm sure that thousands of Blood Bowl coaches will be there as well. Now, when it comes to making a team, when you build your squad, it can be formed of anybody. And what if there's a squad that can only be put together of 4 people, for example? What if you can't get 6? I know you're going to have spare players. Is that still okay? What would you advise people to do?
Okay. We've said that squads are 6 members and a possible extra player. But in case you are not 6, just get here and register and play. We are going to form a pool of players because not everyone comes with 6 friends. And you will be open to choose players from that pool to complete your squad. It doesn't have to be the same country. It doesn't have to be the same nationality. You can get some friends from another place, look, there's join our squad. Yeah, why not? And everyone will play in 6 members squads. There will be a pool of players that do not have a squad, so you can choose. And in case those players are not chosen, they will gather in squads. And in case there's a squad that can get to 6 members, we will provide a volunteer to complete it.
Wonderful.
So there's no problem about having. Sorry about the harping.
Not at
Uh,
all.
we won't have. There's no problem about having multiple countries in the same squad or similar.
Brilliant. That's super.
So if some people are traveling on their own, can they let you know and they become part of that pool? Like if people are moving on their own, would they then be able to join other teams? So can people register as like, I'm registering as a solo player, I would like to join other squads? Is that possible?
Sure.
Cool.
In case they want to get you, you are
Yep.
free. If they accept you, you are free to join any squad. You can do it with your friends. Different countries. This is not Euroball. There are not national teams. There are not country teams. It's free to join any squad and play with your friends. Whether you have your usual friends from your local area, or in case you want to play with foreign friends that you've not seen for years, and that's a good chance
Yeah.
to play with my German friends or my friends. That's another chance.
That's superb. Absolutely wonderful. We got one more viewer question, which was we've seen the pack, we've seen the prizes. Will there be a prize or an award for the best coach of each race? Someone asked this, and I thought it was a good question.
Yeah, there's going that was a little surprise, but yes, there's going to be a reward for the best team of each race. So in case you have an Argyle team or a Goblin team that you like so much, you want to play it, and you say, I'm not going to I'm not going to go to win the World Cup with Nargle. Okay, but you can compete for the top Nargle coach.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a reward, a prize for the best team of each race.
Absolutely superb. Ben, did you have any other questions for our wonderful guests today?
This is only one, and I did ask you this before the pre-recording, so this is just for the viewer's benefit. But this is a personal question, and I've been to a few events that are very hot, and Alicante is even hotter. Is there like is this venue going to be spacious and cool enough to play lots of games of Blood Bowl?
Air conditioning?
Okay, hot. That's something. In fact, it's so easy to go to combat hot. Just get a beer.
Yeah.
But as most people can be drinking all day, well, if they are Spanish, they can. But in case people is worried about the heat, the venue is 14,000 square meters, and that's a lot of space. So in case 3,000 people gathers there, you are not going to feel hot. It's a big place with about 12 meters high. So we expect heat dissipates there. And there's going to be air conditioning in 13 zones because you can get such a big place cold with air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
But we think it's going to be cold enough. In case you want to enjoy Alicante, it's hot in summer, but all you have to do is skip the central time of the day. So you can go out at 10, 11 a.m., enjoy the place, go to the beach, do whatever you want, get your meal, go in, have a nap, or the typical Spanish siesta. And
That's
then
great
Is the
to
siesta
me.
in the schedule?
It
once
is.
it's about 6 p.m. or so on, you can get out again. Weather is much cooler than than 4 p.m. and you can enjoy the day and the night. Night gets
Lovely.
so much fresh, and it's full of different options for people. You can go out, shop, have a drink, have a dinner, whenever you want, enjoy the beach at night, and so on.
I can
So
vouch for that.
the trick to survive Alicante is to skip about 3 central time of the day. The worst.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, look, guys, thank you so much for your time. That's all of our questions. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about before we let you go back to your evening?
Yeah, we want to thank you both, for the time, for your help, for your support. And we want to tell everyone to come here and know us. We know there's a lot of topics about Spanish. We are noisy, we are loud, we are great drinkers.
You are just describing English people as well, I have to
Yeah,
say.
we're all,
Yeah,
That's
Europe. We're all European. We all
but,
know.
but we are so friendly and so open to other people. So we expect you come here, mix with us, know us, let us know you, and join together and have a great time. It's a great moment to go over all we've gone through last years.
Yeah.
It's a time to reborn and breathe and gather energy and forget what happens or what has happened. So try us. We are so excited about it, and we will love to get you there and share the World Cup with any of you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Akko, Olvidar, thank you very, very, very much. Okay, so awesome to get to meet both of those. It's not the whole team. There are more people behind it, and I think it's really important that we recognize that. And as we go through the pack, there is a page and a half dedicated to the initial key players, but as they both said, like, there's a big team behind this. But it is so cool to meet them, and hopefully we got some of your questions answered. BT, I'm super excited.
I'm so jazzed. That was so much fun talking to them. I can't get over how just passionate they are about this.
Yes.
These are just Blood Bowl fans wanting to put on the best Blood Bowl show, and I just think that's awesome. Like, it's not something they're just like, oh, let's just run this as like an event. Let's just run an event.
Yeah,
it's like, no, we want this to be Blood Bowl.
There's no airs and graces. This is not like, oh, we're going to try and do this. This is just like, we just want people to come and play Blood Bowl. Like, we want to keep it chill. Like, I really like that about the rule set. That, like, we want this to be easy so that people can just come and focus on enjoying life, enjoying the city, having a beer, playing some games. And I'm like, this is a really cool way to live. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the pack. It won't take very long, but it does cover most of the stuff. So the pack is, they've probably linked it to some of the NAF social media. If not, go to thenaf.net and click in random places until you find them. No, they're not difficult to get to. And it's also worth having a look at the Lyon one. The Lyon was the French bid that didn't quite get it, but they put together an excellent pack as well. And how the World Cup bidding process is if you want to run the World Cup, you get a group of people together, you put a big tourist brochure, it's basically a business case, together with costings and everything, and these guys have put together an incredibly good plan. So this is going to be in Alicante, located on the Mediterranean coast, and has the honour of it's so good. So we're going to have a look at the pack, and we can kind of expand on some of the things in here because now we've had the conversation with them. So the location itself, dude, it looks lush. Like,
have you been?
No, I've not. Have I ever been to Spain? I think I've been to Spain. I've been to loads of areas around Spain, but not actually España. Have you?
Yeah, we've done Alicante a couple of times. We've done a few areas in Spain. Usually you fly to Alicante, especially going to like the south. So have seen it. It's gorgeous. So gorgeous. It's not like a top holiday destination for no reason, right? So it's, absolutely incredible place to go. And the fact it's in Alicante, which is where you fly to, is super convenient. That is so convenient.
I guess
they've even got like a page in this brief which is like listing all the places you can fly directly from in Europe. So I mean, there's a lot of major airports there. So
oh my god, did you see page 5? I don't know why, but there are knights jousting. I've missed that.
It's like the medieval theme park.
There's a medieval theme park.
The castle of the Count of
he
Alphaz.
he did say there was a castle. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, whenever Tiff and I
Incredible.
travel, we always try and find a castle, which is amazing and probably one of the main reasons I married her. But like a dedicated medieval theme park that recreates medieval combats and offers a dinner show to its visitors. Oh my god, we've got to do that,
You're
Ben.
sold.
We've got to
Yeah.
do that. Like,
I'll joust you.
we've got to do this. This is amazing. Like, we've got to do that. That's on the list. Okay, so Thursday night, right? We'll come to that. We'll come to that. But Tiff is gonna love that as well. Oh yes, this is good stuff. I'm even more excited. This is just gonna be the best holiday ever.
It will, yeah.
This is yeah. I think that's kind of the vibe. You got the Costa Blanca by night. All the stuff. It is just. We'll go through the 6 reasons, and then I'm just going to gush a little bit, Ben, and you can judge or jump on. Okay, 6 reasons to choose the Spanish bid. Some great points in here. This is why I'm going to have a look at this. So, because the Spanish community of active NAF members is one of the biggest in the world, and all of these members would attend and collaborate in the celebration of the World Cup. So, this is something that I don't know. We probably have never really talked about, but actually, Spain and France, 2 of the biggest Blood Bowl communities out there. Like probably as big as England, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe even bigger. But you always see some great tournaments coming out of Spain, and you know they've put there we can assure assistance of at least 500 Spanish participants. Now, that's probably right. Like, it's because there must be thousands of, you know, if there was a Blood Bowl tournament, the World Cup, you know, you travel, and if you can travel there, even if you have to drive 2 hours a day, you'd still do it. So I think that's great. Huge Blood Bowl community. I love that. Point 2 is the same, because the Spanish community is one of the biggest in Europe, and yet no international NAF event has ever been held in Spain. Well, since 2008. So 1, huge community. 2, has been nearly 15 years since a big NAF event was hosted there. 3, because Spain is one of the most active countries celebrating NAF tournaments, having 74 registered in the NAF database in 2019, several of which have been held for more than 10 years. So
very established.
That's it. Like, there is an established Blood Bowl community and culture there, which is amazing. 4, because among those tournaments, Spain hosts one of the biggest international tournaments in the world, the REVA, which in 2019 welcomed more than 220 players. We'll have to keep an eye on that one, Ben. Because our team and a big group of volunteers has a wide female presence, and we consider that will encourage new people of all genders to join in and be a part of the hobby and get interested in Blood Bowl. And you know what? That's awesome.
Fantastic. You know.
Yeah, it's great. And 6, because we believe we have a winning project. So all of those are really good Blood Bowl reasons. Now, the World Cup, the last World Cup was in America then, and no, it wasn't. It was in Dornbirn,
Austria.
Yeah, we're talking about the next one, and they reckon it's going to be in America, which is pretty exciting. Now, Dornbirn in Austria, Austria is cool, right? But a event held in, you know, London or Berlin or a city that is known for nice tourist stuff is great. But this and Alicante, and this cannot, I think, be underrepresented. This is a holiday destination for all sorts of people, and I think that's why I'm so excited about this, is because if this was in, you know, nothing away from like cities and stuff like that, but you know, going to somewhere that's weather's fine and nice for a week is okay. But like, if I was going away with Tiff and to go on a big event like this, I go on a big holiday, I wanted to come with me. You know, it's cool. Like, we get to go to Spain. Like, but knowing that it's going to be a beach destination, that there is going to be a holiday there as well, this combo's great. So I am now looking at the World Cup as a holiday, not just a Blood Bowl event.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. Like, it's just so exciting. Like, one of my favorite things is like the Spanish evenings, and we even had during our interview, it was mentioned that, you know, in the evening it's really like comfortable temperature, and I'm just so excited to like have a Blood Bowl game and then hang out on the beach in like 20-degree weather at night with a beer or something like that. It's just it's like dreamy and like it's nerdy to say just like I just want my toys and my son. But honestly, yeah,
It's the best of
so good.
both worlds. I
Yeah, it
think
really is.
I think is probably something that is really exciting. Now, we were talking about, and the reason the America thing came up is because we're talking about, 2027, how cool would it be to be in England? And they were like, oh, we think America's going to win it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know if England could compete with Spain as a destination. Like,
Mm.
I mean, England, we can host great tournaments. Like, I'm sure it could be great, and there's a load of cool stuff in England. But I don't know, man.
Just in
Like,
terms of things to like experience there and like the sort of the climate and the
yeah.
the attractions like that. It's just an awesome place.
And part of the bid, they put together how to travel to Alicante, and honestly, it's just a list of cities in the world because it's a big holiday destination. They've got great airport links to any city you can think of. Like most of England's on there. Really excited, Ben, that we could just get a flight from Southampton.
Yeah, that's for us. That's down the road in 20 minutes.
Oh my
so-
God, they've got Bournemouth, dude. Bournemouth Airport is just a
Yeah.
field. I love flying places from Bournemouth Airport. We go. Is it Tenerife? Tenerife or Gran Canaria? When we go from, I can't remember. We go from Bournemouth Airport, and it's just the most chilled airport in the world. Like, it's barely an airport. So if we could fly out from Bournemouth and get to Alicante, that's amazing. I'll go after work. That's just that's really cool. Now, one city that has absolutely sparked something in me here, Ben, is that they do mention Prague. Now, obviously, this is going to Alicante, but Prague would be quite cool as a Blood Bowl venue as well, wouldn't it?
Oh, I love Prague.
I love Prague. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll tell you what, maybe we should add that. Because I think they've got some pretty decent Blood Bowl events there as well. Blood Bowl World
really?
Tour. We can get Prague in. Go for
Anyone
a few
from
days.
Prague listening?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. It's
Flag up some events. Now, a lot of this and the way they do the bid is it's kind of like a business case mixed with the tourist brochure. They're trying to sell the area as much as they are the event, and they've done a superb job. So they've got some examples here of hotels and hotel costs. I'm not going to dive into that because, well, if I'm being entirely honest, Tiff is amazing at booking holidays and amazing at finding places that are really good value, and she loves it's like her hobby. So I am incredibly underqualified to do any of that. But you know what?
that's why you're bringing her along. She'll do all the accounting.
Yeah,
for you.
it's going to be our travel guide. Like, I don't think she'd hate that, and I don't think Alison would hate that either. But anyway, we'll
I
come
know
back to that.
Good at that.
So the venue, it is going to be held in the Instituto Ferial de Alicante, which is a giant convention hall, 14,000 square meters, and a height of 12 meters. It's giant, and they've done a really good job of showing some examples of other events that have been held there. They've got car stuff, and like there is a picture on page 15 where they've got this this car convention. And it is massive. Like,
That's the convention.
that's just, yeah, it looks like, I think it's a
It's not
I think they said it's a used car event, but anyway, there's just like
cool.
hundreds of cars in this massive wide open space, and it like big floor to ceiling windows. It looks new, it looks suave, and they've got some examples of some of the people that the people numbers. There was Encounter of the Mediterranean Lifestyle one had 52,000 attendees. The manga anime fair, video games, comics, role playing, 20,000 attendees. This is like, we're looking at Blood Bowlers. We're looking at 2,000 Blood Bowlers plus, I don't know, like another 1,000 people who are going to come in, pop in, say hello, see what's going on and stuff. So if this is a place that can hold X times 10,000 people, it can hold 3,000-4,000 Blood Bowlers and crew with plenty of space. I like that they've shown like a ping pong table there as well, ping pong tournament. Because actually there's tons of space there, and Blood Bowl takes up a significantly smaller space than ping pong.
Yeah, that's so good. It looks like just a really comfortable venue to be in. So yeah,
we went up to Salute, didn't we, Ben? And at the EdXL Centre, and their halls are massive, but this looks like it's just all of the EdXL Centre halls together in what is just a stadium, basically. Look at it; it's giant.
So nice. It looks so nice lit up at night. Got the purple and the blue.
I
Very
know, it's
retro
so
wave.
cool. Now, yeah, I was on board with that. I could hear the synthwave.
Yeah.
Now they've got a map here, and this is how they are planning to set it out. So they've got Zone A, which is for painting, for like a painting competition for the NAF staff, for the Red Cross and the IT stuff. So they've got a zone for that. They've got a Zone B, which is the play area where all the tables are going to be. They've got Zone C, which is a complete area for rest, and they've got Zone D, which has got shop stands around the side. Now there's a big food court as well, which is kind of important. So one thing that they have said is that I wonder which one Zone E is. It's labeled as Zone D, but it should be Zone E. So yeah, they have got plenty of food areas. They've got 40 shops and stuff, but they're also going to have cosplayers and stuff like that around the edges because it's kind of like an event as well. They were talking about that in the interview, weren't they, Ben? So
Yeah.
I
Exciting.
think that's great. And we talked about this when we talked about the World Cup last episode. Like, the downtime is at a tournament so important. Like, I personally underestimated how the downtime interaction was going to work for Beachhead, which was a tournament of less than 100 players in a BIC with a tournament room of, I don't know, what was there in that room? Maybe 600 tournament players in that room?
Worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the downtime was tough because we set with short intervals. We'll come to their timings, but they have considered this. And I think that the downtime being paid attention to is incredible key. Now, it's Alicante. The food looks amazing. The view looks amazing. I just want to go on holiday, and this is making it even worse. When is
I've
it?
got pictures of paella, like your
look
ham
at
on
it.
your
Look
tortilla.
at it.
This is like the Spanish,
Oh.
like
Where
This is so
are
good.
we? We're March, so I've got 16 weeks till I'll be in Italy, which is not quite the same, but still, it's close. It's close. Be good. Now they've also got some stuff in here about Blood Bowl, which is incredibly useful.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, this is a Blood Bowl event as well. So while you're in Alicante, if you're there on, so the 8th, 9th, and 10th of September, which is a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday, is where the games will happen. But they're also doing an opening ceremony on the Thursday night. So if you're going to be traveling in, you want to get there on the Thursday, leave on the Monday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days. If you are looking to get some time off work, you know what, it's going to be kind of 3 days leave if you're just going for that. Now I'm thinking Monday to Monday is probably what we'll do.
Yeah, sounds good.
That gives us a couple of
Bit of
days
recovery time.
Yeah, fly back on the Monday is probably the right way to do it. But I just want to make
You
sure.
would want to go back on the Sunday. I think also the celebrations and they like this.
I think
Definitely
we've
not worth
actually
doing late.
we got the timetable on 22. So Thursday, September 7th, 6:30 is the inauguration and opening of the World Cup. Now that I imagine, now they've done a great job here and they've planned it by a space by the sea. They're going to have a bunch of stuff there, loudspeakers, sound, lighting. There's representation of the city of Alicante, and there's going to be NAF representation. That is going to be a bit of a party night, I think, to celebrate the start of it. Be careful because you're about to play 3 days of Blood Bowl. Yeah, interesting. But 6:30
Get
p.m.
to know people.
Yeah.
Don't go too hard. 9 a.m. is check-in.
And that's super important. So Friday and Saturday and Sunday, the first bit of the day is 9 a.m. So just the captains of each squad. So let's meet in the middle, Ben. I think 2,274. I think is what I said. You said 2,500. Let's say it's 2,400, and there's teams of 6. That's 400 captains to check in and basically sign their teams in, make sure everything's good, make sure you're there, collect your loot. Now there's an extra bit on loot here. You're going to get some stuff, not as much stuff as the old World Cups, and I love that they kind of talked through why. I think that's superb. So first match on day 1, 9:45 till 12 o'clock. So that gives you 2.25 hours to play a game, which is a standard Blood Bowl time, right?
Yep.
Then there is a lunch, 12:15, and the next round is not until 2:15. So you've got 2 hours basically between round 1 and round 2, which should be plenty of time to chill out, grab a bite, Any more than that, and you'd be wasting a lot of the day.
Mhm.
And it's funny, when we did the interview, you were like, "Oh, you've got planned for siesta." Well, kind of. There's 2 hours there.
Yeah.
Say you finish your
It's a bit
first
winter.
round. Yeah, you finish your first round timely at like 11:30, 11:45. You got kind of 2 and a bit hours there to go and just have a nap on the floor in the corner
What an
outside.
amazing cultural invention the siesta was, right?
Underrated.
I'm so jealous we don't have that.
We need
I'm
that.
so energized.
We absolutely need that. Not overly sure I'd bother waking up though. I think there's not at the World Cup, just in general. Like on a Friday afternoon, I'm like, oh, time for my siesta. See you Monday. That's kind of where I want to be tomorrow, actually. But not going to be the case. Round 2, 2:15 till 16:30, and then an hour's gap before round 3 at 5:30 till 7:45. Exactly the same timings for day 2 on the Saturday. Day 3 is a little bit shorter. Lunch is half an hour shorter, and the other rounds are half an hour earlier. So at 8 o'clock on the Sunday, there is the closing ceremony. So, I mean, what do you think of the timings, Ben?
I think this is awesome. It spreads it out. It gives you plenty of opportunity. Go up to the vendors, chat to the friends you made on the Thursday night. Yeah, I just think this is really exciting. And yeah, 7:45, plenty of time to go and have dinner afterwards as well, because it's there'll be a hell of a lot of restaurants available.
That's just so key. Like, yeah, all right, these are massive days. Like, if you imagine if we ran a UK tournament and it was 9 till 8, like people would be like, ooh, that's an investment. But because you're here, because you've traveled, because you're here during those 3 days there to live and breathe Blood Bowl, that's 3 games over an 11-hour window. And then afterwards, you know what the weather's going to be like at 8 o'clock when you go out for dinner? It's going to be incredible. It's going to be 22 degrees. It's going to be sunset soon. You're going to be able to
It's
walk.
the best kind because the sun doesn't burn you.
No.
Because there is no sun. Like, what if you've never experienced nighttime in a warm climate that's not humid like the east as well, bear in mind. Like, this is just warm. It's not always that humid. It's just so comfortable. It's so comfortable. It's proper just sit down with a beer weather and just have a good time.
Now we talked about the weather being quite sporty there, and while my PC decided to reboot itself halfway through the interview, I got to Google what the weather would be like in Alicante in September, and average temperatures between 24 and 29.
Nice.
Do you know what? That's great. In a country that is used to it, you get things that are designed for it. In England, if it gets to 29 degrees, we are not designed because it's a cold, wet country. So
our buildings are ovens.
Our buildings are set to keep the heat and the weather out. Spain, not built like that. Actually designed to enjoy life, whereas we're not built for that here. Oh, it's snowing a little bit. Oh, it's sunny a little bit. Let's stop everything. And do you know what? I guess Spain do that. They're like, golly, it's warm. Let's have a sleep.
Let's resume this when it's less warm.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is blooming amazing. So World Cup prizes. They've got the individual champion, the second place and the third place individual, best stunty overall, top touchdowns overall individual, same for casualties, same for defense, so the least touchdowns allowed. The champion, the World Cup champion team, second place team, third place team, prizes for best painted teams according to different categories. And as we asked in the interview, thanks to a couple of you who put this to us, they will be doing something for the top of each race. Now, that's another 30 prizes. I'm not sure how they're going to work it out, whether it's just like a probably don't go up to the stage because we've got like 10 there, and going up to 40 might be a bit tough. But I tell you what, it would be, I love this so much. Like, I didn't get a chance to kind of stress to them, but what they've done is there's the World Cup champion and there's the World Cup champion team, but now there are 30 other World Cup champions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so good. Come on, Slan coaches. Go on, bring it. All 5 of you can have your own little competition.
Orkster, yeah. Run Slan. Be the World Cup Slan champion. The Slan World champion. That's just... Oh, that's so cool.
This is really cool.
Yeah, this is amazing. Gifts and gadgets. So, stuff you get when you go here. Access to the new website and their software, which is pretty cool. We'll probably have a little chat about that in a minute, Ben. Complete set of dice. That is a complete set of dice. So 16, 8, 6-sided dice and block dice. commemorative coin, a commemorative miniature, which is going to be a bull-headed Minotaur.
So awesome. So thematic, so on point.
Oh,
Love it.
yeah, love it. So we did get a few people asking, are they going to do a whole team? And they're not going to do a whole team. The answer is they're doing a big guy miniature instead of a team. And I don't know. How do you feel about that, Ben?
I think that's good. I mean, it makes it more manageable. I know, walking away with the whole team is really nice, but I think I'd rather everyone can quickly get access to what something than something crazy that
Yeah.
might make it logistically difficult.
They're keeping it simple.
Yeah.
In that regard, you get one cool big miniature that can be used for.
I'm going for the
Grashnak.
World Cup experience. I'm not really going for the gifts, which are really nice.
Yeah.
But it's not why I'm there. I'm there for the World Cup and stuff
But-
to remind you of the World.
But a big guy miniature is excellent because you can
Yeah.
use that with most of your teams. As a star player, as a big guy, there's a whole bunch of teams with Minotaurs. If you're running an ogre, you can run it. Like, it's actually a really accessible model instead of a whole team that you can only really run for that team or a couple of other teams. Keeps the cost down, which is quite important, I think, because a whole team that's being custom is, Ben, we look at this all the time, 70, 80 quid, right? A big guy miniature that's custom, 20, 25, 80 if it's Forge World. But, that's great. Commemorative patch, an official neoprene Blood Bowl pitch as well. So
That's nice.
yeah, I think it's probably time to talk about this. So the World Cup 4, you could opt to additionally buy a whole team. It was a cool team, or a whole 3D printed pitch.
The 3D printed, I thought, like wooden one.
No, yeah, I think they were 3D printed or maybe just plastic cast, one of the two. They did talk about this when we had the interview. Like, actually, a neoprene pitch, it's so much easier to be able to move it around, to carry it around, to travel it home. And this is kind of the theme here, is that these guys want you to play Blood Bowl and have a nice time and have a good holiday. They're making things as simple as possible, which when you're playing in an event with 2,000 plus players, I think is excellent. I think that's something we can probably all learn from. And they're going to be doing a bunch of lotteries and raffles and stuff at the same time. Now, as we go through the rest of the bid, that's the most exciting stuff. They've just got a list of companies they're working with, and some other great bits that they're doing to support the local community and what they would do in the case of COVID. And then it comes to software. So, Ben, we asked them about the software, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So if you've already listened to the interview, you can go back and listen to that. But what was it they said? 4 months, 4 or 5 months, the software will be mostly done, if not done.
Yeah.
And then if you're running a tournament, you can message them and maybe get a chance to use it in your events. And I think we should definitely do that, Ben. Because if we can help them get it right, if as a Blood Bowl community we can use this software and flag up errors. Now, World Cup 4 team, they had a lot of problems, but what they were trying to do was amazing and, awesome effort. But I think World Cup 5 has been able to learn from the great efforts of World Cup 4 and the work that Torsten and the team did to feed back on themselves, like their own after action report, to say, hey, this is the stuff we found. I would do this differently next time. And one of those things was get the software out way ahead, test it, give it away, get everyone on board with it. What the software looks like and how it's going to work, we don't know yet, but we should know in the next few months.
Yeah, fantastic. What to see how it goes.
And so their team, these are just some of the people involved with this. We've got Akko and Olvidar, who we've met and chatted with, which is cool. There's Morgan and Jarvi and Belfasaur and Lubaras and Mandalaki and Pilar and Hatchablanca and Lorena. And they're all doing a bunch of different stuff, which is amazing. There's a bunch of volunteers, local as well. And it's just a really wicked event and a really great pitch. It's amazing. And the detail they've gone to on the budget, Ben, did you get a chance to have a look at that at all?
Right. I look at this and get scared. I'm not good with numbers. My girlfriend's an accountant. I leave her to do everything related to money in a relationship. So I look at this and I think, wow, like they've gone all out.
So this looks like business cases. This looks like some of the stuff. So what they've done is they've budgeted for 2,000, and they are going to flex it if they can. But I mean, it's going to cost 197,000 euros to do this, which is an incredible amount. The venue, 44,000, sound equipment, lights, 17,000, buses, transfers, transports, meals at the venue, that's another 13,000, 19,000 euros. Trophies, 4,000 euros on trophies, 15,000 euros for Blood Bowl pitches, 11,000 for dice. You know, it's huge, but it's amazing. And they've done such a great job of looking at this. They've also broken down, and this is something that's really interesting to see. We don't know when the tickets are going to go live yet. They've got to go through some bits and bobs to see. Looking at the cost per person, if they get 1,000 people going there, it will be a cost of 165. If there's 1,500, it'll be a cost of 110. If there's 2,000, it'll be a cost of 82. Now, this is all how they've broken it down. So depending on how much they're going to get the tickets for, it's looking like the attendance fee is going to be 165 euros. So what's that in English money, Ben? 150 quid?
Yeah, it's more or less the same at this point. Yeah.
Okay, so that's with a pitch, a model, coins, dice, food, and just the grandeur of being the World Cup. I mean, the BIC in Bournemouth is expensive, and it was it like £45 for a 2-day ticket at the BIC with none of that stuff included. So 150 quid for a 3-day event with all that stuff at a really premier venue is £50 a day.
And include this is also, I don't know if we touched on this, includes transport and food. Like you get meals included every day.
Yeah, which is
from
massive.
the venue and back to Alicante.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I mean, it is expensive. The whole thing is going to be expensive. Traveling anywhere,
I think it's good value,
but
I think it's a lot, but you're doing a lot, so
it feels fair.
Yeah, very fair.
So I think that's basically the most important parts of the bid that we've gone through. I'm just going to bounce back into our homepage. And yeah, I mean, a holiday in Spain.
I mean,
just how much would you pay for a boat trip or a day out? You know, one of the, what do they call it? Expeditions, excursions, right? You're paying that. If I could pay 50, yeah, you easily pay 50 euros for an excursion when you're on holiday.
Yeah.
Like wrapping this up, 50 quid a day for 3 days of Blood Bowl with food, with transport, and the fact that there's 18 months, like.
Even that, like, I mean, you're getting like a pitch, the set of dice, the miniature, like even if you're buying those just as they are, that's like
yeah. If Games Workshop was to release a Minotaur style player, which it will do eventually, or release Grashnak, that will be 40 pounds.
30 quid for a pitch.
Yeah, from a cardboard pitch, absolutely. That's 70 quid. So 80 quid for a 3-day Blood Bowl tournament. You know,
on top of that.
Yeah. Now it's reality time. Like, going abroad is expensive. Like doing holidays is expensive. Taking time off work is expensive. So there is a barrier to entry that is really real, and also it's a commitment. Like it is a commitment. Traveling to a Blood Bowl tournament, going to a Blood Bowl tournament is a commitment. Going to a weekend Blood Bowl tournament is quite a big commitment in this world. For time, you've got lives, we've got family, we've got jobs, we've got things. 18 months out, if you're interested in this is, I think, pretty doable, but it is not cheap, and we're not gonna this is not cheap. This is not pocket money. This is an actual event, but this is the kind of thing that I'm not necessarily sold it to Tiff this way, but we came to the agreement together as a married couple that it was a holiday, not a Blood Bowl event, and therefore it was okay. Because I think Monday to Monday, Tuesday to Tuesday, fly out. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the day, holiday evening. Thursday you go for the drink celebration. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have an amazing day, all day playing Blood Bowl and then going out for dinner and drinks in the evening. And then Monday, you fly back to your regular day life. I don't know, man. This feels like heaven for me.
I'm so jazzed.
Medieval castle. Medieval theme park, Ben. A medieval theme park. Wednesday, medieval theme park. Thursday, Blood Bowl inauguration. Friday, lose 3 games of Blood Bowl. Saturday, win a game. Think it's going to be okay. Lose 2 more games of Blood Bowl. Sunday,
Right.
drink the way. Yeah.
There is I quote the line from this pitch. Friday, a giant Spanish paella for 2,000 people.
Oh,
What, like that's sell.
I
But, yeah.
really, really, really want that now. This is amazing. We've got 18 months. And, you know, we talked about like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if the 2027 World Cup was in England? And it would be cool because, you know, it would be cool. But at the same time, this transcends Blood Bowl in a way that I had not appreciated before.
Mhm.
And that is just epic. Like, I have not been this excited about anything since I got married. Like, and that was probably much more logistics than this is going to be. For me, anyway, running it, whoa. Like, bless their hearts, just wanting to run it because they love Blood Bowl. And I love their attitude, Ben. I mean, they keep it simple, you know. People are going to be drinking, they're going to be happy, it's going to be sunshine, they're just going to want to play 3 games of Blood Bowl.
They understand that there's complexity and that this isn't easy, and they know it's daunting, but they seem very prepared. They've, I mean, to even put this thing together, they've already been in touch with responsible for things like the meals and the transport and all of that. So I think it's I have very high hopes for this event, and I do wish them the best of luck.
I agree. I think it's important that we remember that this is just Blood Bowl, which is coming from me, right? And I love Blood Bowl more than a lot of people, worryingly so. But like, this is a celebration of Blood Bowl, not a high stakes esports event. And I think I blame COVID for this, because we spent a few years lockdown. When we could get out, it was competitive. We play online, it was competitive. We've lost a little bit of the social. We've lost the social aspect. Died. Online community was amazing, but there is something very different about having dinner and a drink with somebody than there is, you know, both ordering a pizza at the same time and doing another Zoom quiz. So this is, I think, going to be the best World Cup of all time. I can't see anything, if this goes even remotely right, I can't see anyone upping this.
Definitely be the best World Cup I've ever been to.
Yeah, same here. I was really excited because I was like, oh, maybe we could do, you know, 2027 England, you know, Blood Bowl's coming home, it could be great. We could get, you know, some very, 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 yeah, dude, just, I thought, you know, the videos would be great, it would just be so funny. But I don't know, this is all steam now.
England's done it.
Yes, but
Wasn't the first one
200 people. I just don't know, man. This is just gearing up to be amazing. Now, one thing that is worth mentioning right now, which is about the rule set. They're not ready. It's going to come later. And one thing I did try to call out during the interview that I think is going to be the only thing, and they did a great job of saying, look, the rules bit, like the rules bit of the building and what's allowed in, what's not allowed in, is down to the NAF and NAF sanctioning. Got that right. The NAF is there for that. That's what they're there for, and that's what they're really good at. So I love that the NAF are going to be able to support with that aspect. But my question was, you know, they confirmed the rule set in December after the November FAQ. May FAQ happens, and they cut the cost of a bunch of star players. They change the rules, or they introduce a new team. Like, that will be the only challenging thing. And I don't think that was massively around in the last one, because most stuff just kind of carried over. So it'd be really interesting to see that, because yeah, when the Squig team lands, if it's not in this year, you know, I want to make sure I can run Squigs at the World Cup. But from a tournament aspect, Ben, if the tickets and stuff go live up to March, and then they're looking for team submissions, say until July, and a team lands in July or August, probably not going to be eligible for the World Cup. And I think that's fair because of the time spread. What do you think about that?
I think it's safe to assume it's not, and
Yeah.
that way you can't really be too disappointed, right? Like if you plan for it not being there, and like you've like painted, or sorry, I should say, on the other hand, if you plan for it being the case and you paint a team,
Yes.
you might be disappointed. If
That
you don't plan
is
for it,
huge.
probably won't be.
And I think it's really good that they're going to essentially protect the rule set. So if you know, it's February, you bought your tickets, you're running Amazons, and then Games Workshop drop a new Amazon team in June, and it's got a Croxagore and only 2 blitzers, which by the way, and the catchers are movement 8 and strength 2, which I think would be a very fun twist to Amazons. Your team that you've painted, that you've planned to take to the World Cup, is safe. Like, if that's how it goes, I think that's absolutely the right thing, and I think that's the really respectful thing to do for players as well. It creates a sub pocket of a meta, but I'm going to give it a pass for an event like this, I think. Although I saw on the Blood Bowl community, someone's going to a tournament this weekend with 2016 rules. Who is still playing with 2016 edition?
Oh, okay.
I just, yeah. I assume that tournament's at a cabin in the woods, so be very careful. Anyway, BT, I'm jazzed, and I think we should probably wrap it up there for today.
Sounds good.
Anything you think we've missed?
I know, but it's just one of the most exciting podcasts we've done, I think.
That's so cool. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up. Thank you very much for joining us. Let us know questions, thoughts, World Cup. You coming? You're not coming? They said it's okay for us to stream. We're gonna see how much access we can get. If we can do some live streaming of some games, that would be pretty cool. I don't know. Just don't know. Don't care. Just can't wait to get there. Yeah, exactly. Right. Where can I get paella at 9:45, man?
Make it.
Make
Get some
it.
prawns.
Radio check, just eat. Anyway, thank you very much. We'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy paellaing. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to help support the channel even further, please like and subscribe, or come join us on our Patreon. We have early access to content. We get loads of feedback from you guys, and we try and do competitions as much as we can. Or you can get yourself some Bonehead podcast merch on our Spreadshirt site. So if you want to support a team, especially for the Bonehead Championship, you can pick up a shirt, a mug, things like that. It all helps support the channel, and we really appreciate it. Anyway, links below. Thank you very much. Happy blocking.